The longest desert in the world is the Sahara Desert. It stretches for over 9,200,000 square kilometers across northern Africa. For some perspective, that's about the size of the entire United States and a little more than a third of the size of Asia. The desert's name was officially recognized by the Royal Geographical Society in 1910. Prior to this, it was known as the Great Sahara or Sahara. The Sahara is part of the larger Sahara-Arabian Desert System, which covers a vast expanse of northern Africa. It is bordered by the Atlantic Ocean to the west, the Red Sea to the east, and the Mediterranean Sea to the north. From its towering sand dunes to its ancient rock formations and diverse wildlife, the desert is a testament to the power and beauty of nature. Whether you are an adventurer seeking to explore the unknown or a nature lover looking to experience the world's longest desert firsthand, the Sahara Desert is sure to leave you in awe. The Sahara Desert spans across multiple countries, including Algeria, Libya, Mali, Morocco, Niger, Sudan, and Tunisia. It is the world's largest hot desert and is considered one of the hottest and driest regions on Earth. Despite the harsh environment, the desert is home to over 4,000 species of plants, including a variety of cacti, succulents, and drought-resistant shrubs. Animals found in the Sahara include gerbils, fennec foxes, addaxes, and a variety of other mammals, reptiles, and birds. The Sahara Desert gets its name from the Arabic word Sahara, which means desert or arid region. The Sahara Desert has a variety of unique and interesting features, including towering sand dunes, rugged mountains and rock formations, vast plains and plateaus, and several oases scattered throughout the desert. One of the most famous features of the Sahara Desert is the Great Dune Sea, also known as the Erg Chebi. This area is home to some of the tallest and most impressive sand dunes in the world, some of which rise over 180 meters high. Another notable feature is the Adrar Plateau, a rocky plateau that stretches for hundreds of kilometers across the desert. The Adrar Plateau is home to a number of ancient rock paintings and prehistoric sites, providing a glimpse into the history of human life in the Sahara. In addition to its natural features, the Sahara Desert is also home to a variety of plant and animal life. The Sahara Desert is a truly remarkable and awe-inspiring place. We're going to tell you right after. The Sahara spans over 9.2 million square kilometers, which is about a third of the entire continent of Africa. Crossing it would be quite the journey no matter how you choose to do it. If you were to walk across the desert at a brisk pace of 6 kilometers an hour, it would still take you almost 13 days to traverse its full width. That's assuming you walked the entire time without stopping for rest or to deal with any unexpected obstacles. And that's not even considering the extremely high temperatures. In the summer, the Sahara can reach up to 58 degrees Celsius, which is about 136 degrees Fahrenheit. At those temperatures, you'd need to take frequent breaks to avoid heat stroke and probably wouldn't be able to walk as fast or as long. But let's say you decided to take a break from walking and drive across the Sahara instead. You'd think it would take less time, but it actually takes about the same amount of time to drive across the Sahara as it does to walk. At a steady speed of 110 kilometers per hour, it would still take you around 13 hours to get from one side of the desert to the other. That's because the roads are so bad. They're really more like tracks. So the entire journey would be off-road and extremely bumpy. And that's not even taking into account the fact that there are parts of the Sahara where you can't drive at all. There are some areas that are just too dangerous due to the terrain or the weather conditions. So you'd have to make several detours, adding even more time to your journey. So whether you choose to walk or drive across the Sahara, it's going to take you a long time to get to the other side. Now you know why they call it the longest desert in the world. Despite its harsh environment, the Sahara is home to a variety of wonders that are worth exploring. Here are just a few of them. The singing sands. Have you ever heard of a desert that sings? Located in the heart of the Sahara, the singing sands are a unique geological formation that creates musical tones when the wind blows across them. These dunes produce a variety of sounds, from low rumbles to high whistles, and can be heard from miles away. The sound is created by the wind as it flows over the dunes, causing them to vibrate and produce a musical tone. The frequency of the sound depends on the height and slope of the dunes, as well as the speed of the wind. The singing sands have been a mystery to scientists for centuries, but recent studies have shed some light on this natural phenomenon. According to researchers, the sound is produced by the vibration of loose sand particles on the surface of the dunes. As the wind blows, it causes the sand particles to collide with each other, creating a resonating sound that is amplified by the shape of the dunes. The Sahara has a rich history that dates back thousands of years. Evidence suggests that the desert was once home to a thriving civilization that left behind ancient ruins, rock paintings, and other artifacts. The civilization, known as the Berbers, lived in the Sahara around 2000 BC and were known for their advanced knowledge of agriculture, trade, and architecture. They built impressive structures, such as the Tassili Najr, a complex network of underground passages and chambers that served as a burial ground for their elite. In addition to its historical significance, the Sahara is also home to a variety of plant and animal species that have adapted to the harsh desert environment. Despite the lack of water and extreme temperatures, the desert is home to a variety of cacti, succulents, and other drought-resistant plants. Animals such as camels, fennec foxes, and gerbils have also adapted to the Sahara's harsh environment and are well suited for survival in the desert. The Sahara Desert is a place of mystery, beauty, and resilience. From the singing sands to its ancient ruins, there is much to explore and discover in this vast and unforgiving landscape. So next time you think of the Sahara, remember that it is more than just a desert. It is a place where the earth sings, where ancient civilizations thrived, and where nature's wonders never cease to amaze. Did you know that a kangaroo rat can jump over 6 feet? Well, there are more amazing desert animals with superpowers out there. Another animal with incredible jumping ability is the jerboa. Now, these guys are even better at jumping than the kangaroo rats. They can jump over 10 feet in the air and almost 20 feet long. That's like a full basketball court. Jerboas use their long, powerful legs to jump around and evade predators, and they can jump so high they can basically hover in the air. Now, some of these desert animals have incredible swimming abilities. I'm going to show you a guy who's basically like a desert fish. This is a mud skipper. Mud skippers are amphibious fish who hang out in the desert. They can survive out of water for hours because they have special adaptations like a special mucus that keeps them from drying out, special scales that help them breathe. They're also great swimmers in both water and on land, and they use those abilities to catch prey and evade predators. And finally, I'm going to show you a guy who's basically a desert tank. This is a pangolin. Pangolins are reptiles, but they're covered in these overlapping scales made of keratin, the same stuff that makes our fingernails. And they use those scales to protect themselves from predators. When threatened, they curl up into a tight ball, making it really hard for anything to get to them. And they can even shoot their tail like a whip to startle predators or prey. The mystery of the moving rocks. In the barren and scorching deserts of southeastern Australia, there is an unusual phenomenon that has puzzled scientists and awed nature enthusiasts for centuries. These rocks move on their own accord, forming unique shapes and patterns in the sand. Some rocks are shaped like hearts, while others form circles or lines. Some are even arranged in perfect geometric patterns. The rocks can travel up to 60 meters in a single year. Nobody knows exactly how or why these rocks move. However, scientists believe that the rising heat from the sand causes the rocks to slowly move and shift. Others believe that the rocks are moved by tiny creatures burrowing underneath them. Whatever the reason, the moving rocks of the rocky desert remain an unsolved mystery. The Vanishing Water. Deep in the heart of the Sahara Desert lies a village called Abel Daria. It's a small community of people who have adapted to the harsh desert environment. But one thing that baffles them is the regular disappearance of water from their wells and springs. One moment the water is there and the next it's gone without a trace. This happens even though it hasn't evaporated or been used up. Scientists have conducted tests and found that the water is simply disappearing into the ground. They believe that it's being absorbed by underground rocks and minerals, but nobody is sure. This phenomenon has led to a lot of superstition in the area. Some people believe that the water is being stolen by magic, or that it's the work of evil spirits. Whatever the truth may be, the vanishing water of the Sahara Desert is a strange and mysterious occurrence. The mystery of the Desert Man. The Nazca lines are a series of ancient geoglyphs etched into the desert floor in southern Peru. They were created by the Nazca people between 500 BCE and 500 CE, and are over 150 miles long. The lines depict a variety of images, including animals, plants, and geometric shapes. But what's really fascinating about them is that nobody knows how they were made. The Nazca people didn't leave behind any written records, so we don't know their methods or their motives. Some believe that the lines were created as a map of the constellations, while others think they were part of a religious ceremony. But these are just theories. The truth is that the mystery of the Nazca lines remains unsolved. The legend of the singing sand. In the remote deserts of China's Taklamakan region, there is a strange and beautiful phenomenon known as the singing sand. When the wind blows across the dunes, it creates a haunting melody that can last for hours. The sound is eerie and otherworldly, like nothing you've ever heard before. The locals believe that the singing sand is the voice of a mythical creature called the Yeren, which is said to inhabit the desert. The Yeren is a mysterious beast that looks like a humanoid ape and is covered in long flowing hair. It's said to be very shy and elusive, but sometimes it can be heard singing in the desert night. Whether or not the Yeren actually exists is unknown, but the legend adds a layer of mystery to the already fascinating singing sand. In the desert, we've seen this before. It's called a haboob, or a sandstorm. The wind picks up and all of the sand and dust from the desert is lifted into the air, and it creates this massive wall of sand that looks like a giant wave crashing towards you. It's actually quite beautiful. We've filmed them before in the past. Snow in the Sahara is rare but possible. A notable snowfall in 2018 blanketed the dunes in white, creating surreal scenes. While short-lived, it highlights both the fragility and unpredictability of global climate systems. Snow may temporarily benefit local ecosystems by adding moisture to the soil, but the long-term impact remains minimal due to the region's natural adaptations to dryness. And I couldn't help but think how lucky I was to be there in that moment, to witness something so rare and beautiful. It's a moment I will never forget, and if you liked this video, be sure to give it a thumbs up and subscribe for more. Thanks for watching. See you next time. Don't forget to leave a comment with your version of the truth. Hit that like button and subscribe so we can uncover one of the world's greatest mysteries together in the next episode.